Hello and welcome to week 13 of building Kamino. So likely everything is going to go wrong this episode.
Move it, troopers! On the double! Fire!
Last week we worked on this small corridor over here and I really liked how that section turned out. So that was pretty good, but now I want to finish off the actual ground floor of the actual Kamino hangar area itself. I want to put down all the tiles on the floor here instead of just all of these lovely dark bluish grey pieces. I might even take some of these out to find more useful places for them and replace them with less useful colours before putting the tiles on, but we'll see about that a little bit later. And because I still need a little bit more time to think about what I'm going to do in here, so I'll probably save that to next week. But yeah, let's get some tiles down, shall we? Okay, this is how much I was actually able to get off, because all of these are like giant 8x16 plates which go right under this wall, and I'm not taking up the entire wall again. But I got this small section. Basically this red plate is what I'm going to do for all of this. This is all going to be tiled over, so I might as well just put, you know, not waste a 16x16 dark bluish grey plate on this and just put more random colours on top of that. So we're going to put that on now. Okay, so after a little bit of time I've finished up recolouring the floor. It looks a little bit like a weird like playmat or something, but now it's time to get the tiles on top of this. At some point, I'm not sure what update I'm going to do it, but I need to have two large pillars running up the inside of this to create like the full front of the hangar. So it needs to be like here and here. So I now need to space out how big I want those, because the way the floor design works, they kind of work like off of those. Like, I think the floor is a majority of dark bluish grey, and then it's got like these light bluish grey lines cutting through it. So I need to come up with designs for those, and in order to do that I need to figure out what I want to do for these little like sort of indents in the floor to make specific designs for them. And that's what we're going to be doing now. So let me get back to you after I've tiled out this floor. Okay, so now I've literally put down 4 pieces since the last time I've seen you, but I've just been placing out how big I want these pillars to be. They're not, I'm struggling to come up with a good design. I think I'm going to make them 5 wide each, 5 studs wide, which I know is an awkward shape in Lego. I could do them as 4, but then I just kind of see them as a little bit too thin. So I'm going to do them as 5. And then I think I'm going to have like a line of like vents running down each of these, which means I may need to rip out some of these plates to make sure to keep dark bluish grey under one stud of each of them, because unfortunately light bluish grey plates are see-through. So that's going to be unfortunate. So I may have to do a little bit of recontextualization with that, but that is where these pillars I think are going to go. I think that's a good enough gap in between each one. But I am going to make these pillars removable so you can see into this mock a lot better. But I think for the time being that's pretty good. Let's get those tiles in, shall we? Okay, so after a quick little stream on Red Bricks Productions channel, I have done this, and I'm quite happy with the overall outcome so far. It turns out I had a lot less dark bluish grey tiles than I thought I did, so I've just decided to make this like back layer kind of thing, just more in the light bluish grey, and make these sort of shapes in the regular dark bluish grey. You can see there's a ton of studs up there. That's because there's going to be a lot of clone troopers on it, and then there's going to be a lot of storage crates. They're kind of like stacked behind, and then here I'm going to have my aqua droids. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a trident droid like directly drilling into the front, just because I don't think it will look that good on the outside. So I think I'm just going to have like droids attacking rather than there being like a full-on assault like with the actual trident droids. So I think this is probably the best way to go about it. But I really liked what I did with these sections here, especially how I've like put 2 of these curved bricks together to create that really nice angle, especially in that middle one, and how I've kind of got that tile moving into the actual plate using these bricks here, which are similar to these ones but on a much smaller scale. And you can see these are where the pillars are going to rise up from, and I think that looks pretty good. You can see what I mean about how I put the dark bluish grey line in there just to make the underside of these grill plates look a little bit better, and I do definitely think they look better. So now I'm going to put tiles in here. I may go like with the smaller tiles just to like, so I know that I'll be able to fill it up, or I may go with these really big ones just to make it look a little bit cleaner, although they have the studs on them, or I could just go for the classic 2x2. I'll have a play around with different techniques and see which one's the best and then show you that. Yeah, let's cut until those roll down. Okay, so I've put down a couple of clone troopers just to basically figure out how many fit around down here, which I think is a pretty good number. We're looking at about 8 at the minute or something. It's 7, but I can put more down because a couple of them will be crouched down, some of them will be lying dead and whatnot. But this is what I've been doing since I last saw you, basically just filling in these paths. I've gone with the 1x2 tile method because I think they fit in these jumpers a little bit better, and it comes up with a slightly different texture than all the other sections, so I quite like it that way. I've got all of these jumper plates in here. Basically this is going to represent where droids stand. I think I'm probably just going to put battle droids in here, even though I am planning to make some custom aqua droids. It's just that they're slightly too bulky and they require a lot more parts to put together. So I'm going to find a specific room where aqua droids can be fighting, and then this area I think will just be regular battle droids, which I don't think is too bad. I haven't tiled in these bottom sections, not because I don't have the pieces, I do. I just want to put down some crates and whatnot as some barriers, as almost just some like defenses to hide behind. So I need to figure out how big I want those and how I want to attach those to the floor, and then I can put in the ground there. But besides that, this is looking pretty good so far. So let's go design those barriers, shall we? Okay, so after a good amount of work, these are finally the 2 crates which I've gotten finished so far. The designs for these are directly taken from Battlefront 2, and they were inspired from similar looking crates I saw in a Star Max mock. So I just tried to replicate those with my own pieces the best I could and come up with my own designs for them. I came up with my own individual little greebling techniques for each of the 4 sides. I guess there's 8 of them because there's 4 on each one, so that's the first one. And then this one has its own type of designs. And I think it's pretty cool just to make them look a little bit different and unique. So those 2 will be put somewhere in the mock, used as barricades for the clones to hide behind. I didn't want to make them too big because my mock's only so big, but I think they worked pretty good for size. The other thing I made was inspired from a post I saw on Instagram. I can't remember who it was from, but they're linked in on the video right now. It's just these sort of little like fuel canister type things. They're created using the lightsaber bar piece. I got a bunch of these off the Pick-a-Brick wall a couple of months ago, and they use some small tires around them to bunch a load of them together. And they create these really interesting looking like fuel canister type things, which I'll dot around the mock as well. These are not seen in the actual Kamino arc, but I think they do look pretty cool, and you can easily like balance them on each other to create really cool designs, to create little barricades. So they're pretty nice. So I'll bunch those with those. And now to make probably a couple of like the longer ones to put like directly in front of the clones, and then we can put them all inside the mock. So let's keep building. So another bunch of time's gone by and I've got 2 more different crate designs to show off to you. The first one is this small one here. It's kind of got this hexagonal design using these cheese slopes on the side and a couple of bracket pieces, if you can see how they're pretty much put together, kind of. This was also inspired from that same Star Max mock, but I also just changed up the patterns a little bit and the colours, putting some ingot pieces on the side just to make them look a little bit different and to give them some nice texture, because I love the texture of these ingot pieces. I also made these much longer rectagonal ones. Rectagonal, is that a word? Who knows? But this is actually inspired by a Rich Boy J design from his awesome Starkiller base mock. So yeah, I've just kind of stretched them out and changed the colours again. And I think these 4 plus these 6 plus these 6 plus these 2, do the maths, that's 18 I believe. That was my quick maths, but yeah. That should hopefully be enough crates to fill up the majority of Kamino, at least in the base section. But if I need to put in a few more, I'll just do my classic, these bricks with a jumper plate on top to fill out the rest. So cool. Let's put them in the mock now. And there you have it. After a quick little time spent putting this little crate back in its little hole space properly, adding in all of the crates in the bottom here which I designed, I'm not sure how happy I am with the overall outcome. It may look a little bit too full, but I guess that is kind of what they did in the episode, just put as many crates to defend themselves as possible and hide behind. The posing of these minifigures are also definitely not final. I definitely need to sort this out better so they're aiming better, and also all of these studs need to have droids on them. I didn't put too many down just because I don't want this to be completely overcrowded, because it is actually kind of a small room when you look at it all, when it's all said and done. But yeah, I really like this overall look, and I do think it creates that Kamino aesthetic. And also, again, I love how these tiles have shown up on the floor. But yeah, that's about it for this week's update. I am actually happy with what we've done in this main hangar area. Almost getting close to calling it finished. I just need to finish up exactly how I want to sort out the direct placement of all of those crates as well as the figures behind them. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Kamino. So if you like the update, like the video. That's what the like button's there for. Comment your favourite aspect about this MOC. It may be the tiling that I've done. I think just this kind of look altogether I'm really happy with overall, even if it is relatively simple. Or let me know what your favourite of the crate designs was. And subscribe if you're new so you do not miss next week's episode. Okay, so here's a quick little post-credit scene for all of you. These people in front of you, they represent people who come to my live streams. Basically, if you come to my live streams and ask for basically a clone to be named after you in the MOC, this is what I do. You ask for a particular accessory, and I give you those accessories, and I name a clone after you within the MOC. So let's go through who we've got today. We've got 10 of them, so quite a lot. Let's go through them from left to right. First we've got Epic E, followed by Ghost, followed by Ham, followed by Elite Clone Dudes, followed by Commander Rookie, followed by Crystal, followed by Tamika, followed by Chris Pavey, followed by the Bricklord 15, and ending with Republic Figures UK. So thank you to all 10 of you for coming along to the live stream and getting your clone named after you. If you want a clone named after you just like this at the end of a Kamino episode, come to the live streams and ask for one. Simple as that. Thank you so much for watching once again, and now it's the actual end of the video. Bye bye.